parfois en essayant de la contourner ou alors en essayant de répondre à ces mystifications. Alors, il y a toute une série d'artistes qu'on a vu émerger, tout un courant, on va dire, dans les années 90-2000. Moi, je vais vous montrer quelques éléments. Par exemple, j'avais un artiste.
Tu peux prendre la droite dans la petite. La droite dans la petite. C'est le petit gîte là, encore. Ouais, voilà. Je mets ça là-dedans.
Par exemple, parmi les artistes qui ont cherché à contourner cette chose, il y a bien sûr Montre, qui a toujours revendiqué le vœu d'être un média. Je veux être un média, c'est ce que voilà, l'artiste de Montre, vous voyez. Je montre très rapidement, c'est pas l'objet aujourd'hui, mais Montre procède à un recyclage sculptural de l'information et par exemple, on va mettre marcher au bus très rapidement, si c'est encore une fois pas l'objet de propos, c'est vraiment très difficile à contrôler comme ça. Marcher. En tout cas, oui, c'est un recyclage structural de l'information. Je ne regarde pas sur son cas aujourd'hui. Ce qui est intéressant, c'est qu'on voit, ce qu'on voit à sa sculpture, c'est des effets de déformation, des effets photographiques, c'est quand on a des généraux, une disproportion du corps.
Non, mais du coup, je sais pas, ça se fait sûrement de bouche à oreille, et moi je n'en sais rien. Je leur dis, je sais plus, j'étais en train de bosser là-dessus.
Ah, pas sûr que c'est ça.
Non, ça peut être assez.
Si tu veux vraiment pâter un truc, on a des choses à faire quelque part.
Bien sûr,
Sauf si tu as envie de président, faire un coach.
Ah non, pas du tout, pas forcément de faire un coach. non, je voulais pas. De toute façon, moi j'ai envie de te penser le truc plutôt que être un membre de l'administration. Faire des choses à gauche à droite, j'ai envie de voir un petit peu.
C'est le monde de l'administration, c'est vraiment parce qu'il faut des mots. C'est là.
Bah oui. Bah moi je vais montrer. Après, c'est
là. C'est bon, t'es quoi?
Ça change pas en fait grand chose là. C'est ici.
Non, on peut voir tranquillement là. C'est bon, on va aller là-bas.
J'ai revu sur la note parce que du coup
went to work in the States. Can we try and be concentrated, just be in conversation when during my lesson? Is that possible? Because yeah. Oh, I see. If you want to write things down, yeah. But just try and be, with all together for a small time. And so he had this grant. He went to the United States, and in the United States it was the beginning of street photography, whereas in England this hadn't really started. The photography was still quite formal in studios, and it was composed and everything. And so when he came back to Britain, he started taking photographs of the English. But what interested him was the eccentricity of the English, and also, well, you'll see I've got a few small booklets which I got, the organization in space, the relation in space between all of them. So they have something rather like a Japanese etching sometimes, because the pictures really, they're fascinating. They are they're a series of individual portraits. Each portrait seems to tell a story, and the arrangement of the whole photograph is fantastic. And it wasn't LA, it wasn't New York that was his best work. It was when he went back to England, and it was when he was on his home ground. So I thought this was interesting. Now this exhibition, tout le monde comprend, vous me suivez, ça va? Yes, Fanny, Thalys? Tony Ray Jones, it sounds like a singer. I've got it, I'll show you. It's brilliant, brilliant. I spoke about it to Ahmed the other day. I've got to, yeah. I've got 4, so we can sort of look at them in groups. So this is him. There's some stuff on the back which is quite interesting. The text on the very back of these booklets. I'm going to try and buy a book, but as I said, they had sold out. Anyway, this exhibition was curated by Martin Parr. Do you know Martin Parr? Yeah? And Martin Parr was asked by the Science Museum to curate Tony Ray Jones's work. And Tony Ray Jones, he died when he was 30. He died really young of leukemia. And most of his photos are around the 60s, but it's not the 60s swinging London and the Beatles. It's the 60s, the countryside, the beach. You know, normal people, what called le peuple. It's very, just normal things like dog shows, cinema queues, Red Cross meetings, stuff like that. Okay?
How you say le peuple in English?
Just everyday people, just the people. Just, yes, yeah. But the thing is, with the word popular, la notion de populaire, it's a very strange word. Because of pop music, the idea of something being popular in England is associated with the idea of quelque chose qui est aimé de tous et qui est accessible à tous. Whereas ça ne veut pas dire forcément qui traite du peuple. So you have to be careful how you use it, if you do use it for something. It's like the word folk. So that they're words that have to be carefully used. Anyway, so Martin Parr curated this exhibition, and I also bought, for those who don't know Martin Parr, does anybody not know Martin Parr? Do you know Martin Parr? No? Maxime, do you know Martin Parr? Yeah, do you? No? Thalys? Fanny, obviously, yes, I saw your reaction. Marion, do you know Martin Parr?
No, I don't know.
And you? No, okay. If you go on his website, Martin Parr is one of these very rigorous artists, rather like Gerhard Richter, who documents all his work very, very meticulously, so you can see all his work in categories and everything. It's he's a very straight artist in his appearance and his organisation. He's not, space and all that. He's worked on several themes, and the one in this book is about tourism. So again, it's not about monuments and stuff like that. It's more about the way people are, everyday people, and the whole book is about this. So, I mean, I don't know how we could look at it like this, all of us, or we could read the text in here, but there's a couple of photos, I mean, the best one being the last one, which is absolutely amazing. Because I went to Angkor, and it's so true, but I didn't see it, of course, not, but he is very, very good. Okay, look at this photograph. Sorry, it sums it all up.
Keeping something from you. That knowledge of your own death is already programmed inside you somehow. That it's stored in a primitive organ. that in between the crush
of blood,
and digestion, your appendix or spleen
sits obliviously
still like an overgrown traffic island, keeping watch over a terrible secret. You worry that this knowledge will arrive at your very last moment, not as a
spiritual revelation accompanied by an overwhelming cascade of sensations,
but as a very public and vulgar
betrayal. You're afraid of dying alone.
But you're even more terrified of dying in public.
Look,
It's not
happening
at this very moment. Perhaps not as long as you listen and watch. People don't die in front of their televisions. In the meantime, we could probably do something about it together. I could tell you exactly what to expect. I could
explain using precise words.
and heartbreaking imagery. I could make it feel as far as a
And or as close as a
weather report. In the end, you may not even notice the difference.
what's the matter?
It's not as if
You've
been
handed a verdict of 5 months to live.
your chance
For bills hasn't run out.
No doctor has called you into his office. There are no news
Of terrorists
cells
operating inside you. No word.
of cancerous radicals infiltrating vulnerable spots
Or sticking in clumps to
the back of
battle.
your throat. Not yet. Maybe
You've
given up smoking already. That was smart, but it may not have saved you.
Maybe
You've learned to make an enemy of the sun
to eat unprocessed food, to avoid tall buildings,
and airplanes
not to
go into
water where sharks have been
known
to
to attack. Sometimes on the streets you imagine that you've been given
a gift of terrible power.
that whoever
Makes
eye contact with you, whoever you touch, will somehow be contaminated and die within days of crossing your path. You hold your breath and listen to your heart. Will it slow down? Can you will it to stop?
you
Try to gain some insight through exposure to secondhand sources. You take out
videotaped,
walk through graveyards.
visit accident sites,
You stick to your news sources with a passion.
approaching religion,
Even though you always make sure to announce your secular views to anyone who would bother to listen. Still, you check out the church programs on Sunday. You can let your hair down when you're home watching television alone. There's a man preaching in front of the camera, but you're
more interested in
the
church audience shots.
Or we could skip this up.